What's up, guys? So if you read the title, that wasn't clickbait. It wasn't to try to just draw you in. Like literally 3 days ago, I found a lump right here behind my ear. I'll show you and see if you can see it with the lighting in just a minute. But I also want to kind of tie that in with proof, basically, that I'm over my health anxiety. Kind of tie that in with this video. So hopefully I can transition that pretty well. But yeah, 3 days ago I was at work and I was scratching behind my ear and I felt this spot. I don't think it's been there for a very long time because I'm usually very aware of what's going on with my body. Not because I suffer from health anxiety, but that's just how I've always been my whole life. Always pay attention to myself. So yeah, I felt back here. I felt it. I will go ahead and show you guys. Let's see if I can show you. You can kind of see it, but it's right here. It's about the size of a pea, if not maybe a tad bit bigger than that. It's more elongated than round. I have a few concerns about it, but I don't suffer from health anxiety anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a couple weeks and see what happens and go from there. I don't have any other crazy symptoms or anything like that, but there are a couple concerns for me, and one of them being, I don't have any symptoms. I don't have any sickness or cold or anything like that going on up here to make me feel like I should have a reason for that, hardening or swelling up some. So I'm a little confused about that. Although lymph nodes can kind of behave on their own sometimes. My son, for instance, we had a scare with him a few months ago. He had two pretty large calcified lymph nodes in his groin. It turned out to be nothing. So this definitely feels more harder than just swollen. So there's no pain with it. So I'm a tad bit concerned there. Another reason that I'm kind of concerned is that area has never swollen up during any sickness or any issues. So it could be some ear drainage problems, or it could be I have a cavity up here. So sometimes that gives me a little bit of trouble. So that might be something that's aiding that. But it has shown me like literally how much I've grown since my health anxiety days. Because although I had a couple concerns, I didn't run to the doctor. I'm also not afraid to go to the doctor. I didn't Google up cancers that are associated with, that are common with lymph nodes swelling behind the ears. I didn't go look up a bunch of stories, a bunch of videos on that. I didn't start planning my funeral. I didn't cry. You don't understand how many times that whenever I thought something like, whenever I self-diagnosed myself, like I would have already diagnosed myself with cancer had I found this, 5 or 6 years ago. I would have already told all my family about it. I would have cried about it, because I would do that. After I self-diagnosed myself and I thought I was going to die, I would actually cry about it. I haven't shed one tear over this, even though this is more evidence of something possibly being wrong than I've ever had in my life, other than, excruciating chest pains. I'm not jumping the gun on it. I'm not freaking out. I'm giving it a couple weeks and I'm going to see what happens with it, if it gets any bigger, if it gets any smaller. And if it's even the same size in a couple weeks, I'm going to go ahead and go get checked out. But there's no reason for me right now to go get testing and all that stuff and pay for all that stuff if it might go away in a few days. So I'm going to give it a little bit of time. I can be patient. It's not going to bother me. That's also some other signs to show that I do not have health anxiety anymore. Some other things that I would have already done. Not only would I have self-diagnosed myself with like lymphoma or brain cancer or something, whatever type of cancer I stumbled across that correlates with these lymph nodes, I would have already looked up treatment options as well. So I would have already looked up treatment options, which ones work the best, some alternative treatments. Man, I used to go all out. I would convince myself and obsess after self-diagnosing myself, and right before even. It was a crazy habitual thing that I did. So I just wanted to give you an update on me and kind of let you know that, I have a little bit of a concern about something with my body, but I'm not letting it get the best of me. I'm not obsessing about it anymore. This is literally like night and day compared to what I used to be like. I'm not fretting. There's no reason for me to fret or worry when I don't have to right now. Like I said, there isn't anything else going on with my body that I'm aware of. So I'm doing the right thing by giving it a couple weeks, seeing what happens, and now I'm going to go from there. But if you are religious and you want to keep me in your prayers, I'd be glad for you to do that, because, you know, I'm all for that. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'll keep you updated on this. I'm pretty sure and optimistic that it's not a huge deal. But when something kind of happens like this, I like to be transparent with you guys and be honest, and let you in on my life as much as I can. But guys, I hope that gave you a little bit of motivation that things can get better, even whenever you're in a situation like I am, where there's evidently a hardened lymph node back here that got my attention. I'm not freaking out about it anymore. And you also find out that there's a lot of people that actually have cancer and diseases that don't even feel as bad as people with health anxiety. I know that sounds crazy, but a lot of times health anxiety, we actually make things out to be even worse than disease sometimes, and can have these crazy symptoms, and sometimes it's even worse to be sick mentally than it is physically. So I hope this gave you guys some motivation on what you can become if you're, you know, down in the dumps with this and haven't recovered. Make sure you check out the description down below, guys. I have some BetterHelp therapy down there. If you haven't signed up for that, guys, it's free to sign up, and I believe you can start a free trial. So there's no excuse for you not to at least try therapy. That's there, and then from there, it's extremely affordable compared to other therapy out there, and there's thousands of therapists you can choose from, and it's convenient. You can do it from home, so why not at least give that a try? Make sure that you're meditating and journaling every day, guys. Don't push that over whenever I say that. That's crucial. That was crucial for me whenever I was recovering from health anxiety. So make sure that you're doing that. Make sure that your exercise, your diet, all of that is on point. And like I said, you have to figure out your root causes of your health anxiety or your anxiety in general before you can actually start working on it. So figure out those root causes, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. And again, if you're religious, keep me in your prayers. If you're not, you know, wish me good vibes, wish me good energy, and keep me in your thoughts. But I'm pretty sure everything's going to be A-okay. Very optimistic. We'll just have to see what happens. But thanks a lot, guys, for checking in on me.